Hello everyone. Today we are going to start part 2 of chapter number 2, Microorganisms Friend and Foe. In this part we are going to discuss about useful microorganisms. Microorganisms are useful to us in the following ways. First, making of food items. Bacteria help us in making certain food items like curd, cheese, bread, and pastries. Lactobacillus is a bacteria that help in the formation of curd from milk. Now, how curd is formed? So, curd is formed when a protein called casein present in milk clumps together. In milk, there is a protein present and that is called casein. And when casein clumps together, then the formation of curd take place. And clump formation take place only when the milk is acidic. So lactobacillus bacteria make the milk acidic, and that's how curd is formed from the milk with the help of lactobacillus bacteria. Cheese and paneer are also made by the action of bacteria Lactobacillus and Streptococcus on the milk. When Lactobacillus and Streptococcus bacteria show their action on milk, so the formation of cheese and paneer take place. Bacteria act upon tough meat and make it soft. Bacteria is also make the tough meat soft, and this process is called tenderization of meat, means converting tough meat into soft with the help of bacteria. Yeast cells are made in the baking industries for making bread, pastries and cake. Yeast is also used in day-to-day household food item like idli, dhokla and dosa too. Means idli, dhokla and dosa are also made with the help of yeast. Few algae and seaweeds are also used as a food. Now the commercial use. Yeast is used for commercial production for alcohol, beer, wine and acetic acid. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugar present in grains like barley, wheat, rice and fruit juice. First of all, yeast is grown on natural sugar, and natural sugar present in grains like barley, wheat, rice and fruit juices. The process of conversion of sugar into alcohol by the action of microbes like yeast is called fermentation. Means fermentation is a process that helpful in the conversion of sugar into alcohol with the help of microbes like yeast. Louis Pasteur discovered the process of fermentation in 1857. Some bacteria are used in the production of tea, coffee and tobacco. Then the medicinal use. Some of the medicinal uses of microorganisms are given below. Number first, production of antibiotics. When we fall ill, the doctor gives us some antibiotic tablets, capsules or maybe injections. Means we all fall ill, and when we fall ill, the doctor gives us some antibiotic tablets, injection or maybe capsules. So what are antibiotics? So the medicines produced by living organisms such as bacteria and fungi which kills or stop the growth of disease-causing microorganisms called pathogens present in our body are called antibiotics. Means antibiotics are the medicine that's produced with the help of bacteria and fungi, and that medicines kills or stop the growth of disease-causing microorganisms. Such medicines are called antibiotics. The source of these antibiotic medicines are microorganisms. Streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin are some of the common known antibiotics which are made from fungi and bacteria. The first antibiotic to be discovered was penicillin. Penicillin was the first antibiotic. Precaution to be taken while using antibiotics. We should take few precautions while we are using the antibiotics, like antibiotic should be taken only on the advice of qualified doctor. When doctor advised you or prescribed you to take antibiotics, on that time only we have to take antibiotics. We must complete the entire course of antibiotic prescribed by the doctors. We should not take antibiotics when not needed or in wrong dose. Means when doctor suggests us, only that time we have to take the antibiotic, because unnecessarily antibiotic taken kill the beneficial bacteria that is present in the body. So we should avoid to take unnecessarily antibiotic. Antibiotics should not be taken when we are suffering from cold and flu, because they are caused by virus, and antibiotics are not effective against the disease caused by viruses. So we should avoid to take antibiotics when we are suffering from cold and flu. Production of vaccines. Microorganisms are also used in the production of vaccines. Vaccines protect humans and other animals against several diseases. Vaccines protect the humans and the animals from the diseases by providing immunity against the concerned disease. In any specific disease, vaccine provides immunity to fight with that disease and protect humans as well as animals from the disease. The ability of one's body to resist a disease is known as immunity. Means immunity is the capacity of one's body to fight against disease. Immunity against a particular disease can be developed by a technique called vaccination. A small dose of dead and weak disease-causing microbes used to stimulate immunity or immune response in the body is called vaccine. Vaccine is a small dose of dead and weakened disease-causing microbes that stimulate or active our immune response in the body. So that's how vaccines work. Several diseases includes cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, tetanus, polio, hepatitis B can be prevented by vaccination. And now we have the vaccine of coronavirus. Bacteria are also used for making vitamin B complex tablet. There are few other use of microorganisms like increasing soil fertility. Rhizobium bacteria is present in the root nodule and it absorbs the nitrogen gas from the atmosphere and help in the increasing of the soil fertility. Microorganisms are also useful in the cleaning the environment. Bacteria are useful in the leather and jute industries. So these are the use of microorganisms. Harmful microorganisms. Few microorganisms are harmful also, and microorganisms causes communicable diseases. Some microorganisms can cause diseases in human being, plants and in animals. And that disease causing microorganisms are called pathogen that cause diseases. If we talk about humans, pathogens enter our body through the air we breathe, the water we drink or the food we eat. Means they can enter in our body by air, water and food. They also get transmitted by direct contact. When we come in direct contact with any infected person, so they can transmit it in the body of the healthy person also. Microbial diseases that can spread from an infected person to other healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact or by animal are called communicable diseases. Means communicable diseases are those diseases that can spread by infected person to healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact. Cholera, common cold, chickenpox and tuberculosis are the example of some communicable diseases. Communicable diseases can be spread through the air we breathe. Microorganism that causes common cold, tuberculosis spread through the air we breathe. For example, when a person suffering from common cold sneeze or cough, on that time when he or she sneeze or coughing, fine droplets of moisture carrying germs are released in the air. So what happens when he or she cough or sneeze, the droplet that contain germs released in the air, and when a healthy person breathe, so that germs enter in his or her body, and that's how that diseases spread through the air we breathe. Through water we drink. Some diseases spread through water like cholera, typhoid, jaundice, hepatitis A, polio, etc. Through the food we eat. Protozoa, bacteria and spores of fungi are present in the soil from where they can enter in our food. Protozoa, bacteria and spores of fungi can enter in our food because they are present in the soil. So therefore we should wash fruits and vegetables before eating them. It's very necessary to wash them before eating. Through insects and animals. There are some insects and animals which act as a carrier of disease causing microbes. Means few insects and animals are spread the disease causing microbes and they are called vectors. Vectors carry the disease causing microbes from an infected person to a healthy person. They carry the harmful microbes or disease causing microbes from infected person to a healthy person and causes diseases. Housefly is a common vector. It collects the disease causing microbes on its leg and mouth parts from the organic waste and spread them. Mosquito is another insect that spread diseases. The female Anopheles mosquito sucks the blood of human. While sucking the blood, it transmits Plasmodium. Plasmodium is a protozoan into the human blood. Means when female Anopheles mosquito sucks the blood of human being, on that time while sucking the blood, it transmits Plasmodium into the human blood, and Plasmodium causes malaria. In animals, several microorganisms causes diseases not only in humans but also in the other animals like cows, buffalo and poultry. These diseases reduce the milk production, egg production, growth of birds and may even cause their death. Means microorganism not causes the disease only in the humans but they causes the diseases in the cows, buffaloes and other animals. Anthrax, tuberculosis, cholera, diarrhea, foot and mouth diseases, fowl pox, bird flu. These are the common diseases that caused by microorganisms in the animals. Several microorganisms causes disease in the plant. Plants like wheat, rice, potato, sugar cane, apples, orange, cotton, jute, they suffer lots of diseases caused by microorganisms and the diseases reduce the yield of crop. Plant diseases are transmitted through seed, air and soil. These are some common diseases caused by microorganisms in the plant. These diseases can be controlled by spraying chemicals which kills the microbes on infected parts of the plant. That's it from this part. We will meet soon in the next part. Thank you.